So in this video, I'm going to show how I installed the shower using a 4-piece panel shower kit. Stick around. So for this particular bathroom remodel, I chose to go with the Sterling Accord shower system. And for this project, I thought it was perfect. It is functional. It should be relatively easy to install, and it should look great. And that's what I'm going for. I don't like to tile. I didn't want to do a custom shower base at all. I didn't want to do tile. So this should go a lot quicker than doing a custom tile job, and it should be a lot simpler. Now, for the shower base, I've got a dry fit right now. All right, so to figure out where to cut my drain pipe, what I'm going to do is just kind of take the outer end of the shower drain, no connections on it, slide it through, see where it sits, then I'll take a pen, kind of mark it. And then that's where I can cut my pipe. So now to cut the pipe, I'm just going to use a Sawzall. Do it very carefully. What I'm going to do now is just kind of soften over the edges with the file. This will help when I go to put the drain on when I put the gasket in there. Clean up these edges and soften them up a little bit. Before you put the base in, you've got to hook up the drain. And for this type of shower base, you really need to get a drain like this. And what this drain allows you to do is put the drain in here without needing to cement it to that pipe. It's got a compression gasket in here, and that will allow you to put the drain on and then put it over the pipe, have some play, and then put the gasket in there to do the watertight seal between the drain and the drain pipe. So in this case, basically comes with this gasket like this. And basically we're going to hook up this part, and so we're just going to unscrew this, and then this part will go on the other side, and then this will screw down to that. It's pretty simple, so I'll show you how to do that right now. The way this works is this will go over the pipe like this, and then this gasket will go down in there like that. Then it'll get compressed on, and then you screw it down with this thingamabobby. Pretty simple. Okay, so I'm essentially gonna put this through this hole. Before to do that, I want to put some plumber's putty around here. So I'm just gonna kind of mush it up, and then I will make this kind of dealio. I'm just gonna put it on like this. And I'm just going to slide this through there, and then I'll push it down. On this side, get rid of some of the plumber's putty and put the rubber gasket on first, and then this gasket. This gasket just allows some sliding on the rubber gasket, because when you put this on, you don't want the plastic to bind the rubber. So just going to screw that on. Snug it down really good. Just kind of hand snug it should do the trick. And back on this side, we can see all the extra plumber's putty we can pull out. Just gonna do a rough cleaning for now. Now I'm going to test fit this before I do anything else. Gonna put it in at an angle between the studs. Tricky working in this little cove. Reach me here. Alright, so there it is. So I've got the pan in dry fit. It fits fairly well. However, there's some play in it. The floor is not perfectly level. So what I'm going to do is put a mortar base on the ground and get this thing set in it nice and level. It's important that this is level so it drains properly, and the mortar will actually make it feel nice and solid underneath as well. So that's what I'm going to do. But before I did that, I ran a level on it a few different ways and got an idea where my low spots were, my high spots were. So that will give me a better kind of idea where to put the mortar. I'm going to put the mortar in a little high. I'm going to push things down into place, and then I'm going to leave it set overnight before I do anything else. That's the plan. All right, so I just mixed up some thin set, and I'm just going to put a bunch of it on the floor because this floor is irregular, and kind of put more in the low spots, less in the high spots, and come back and I'm going to push the shower base into place, get it level, and then I'll let it sit overnight. That looks pretty good, kids. So that's it. The trick here was to use the mortar to level the base off. It is nice and level now, and it should have a nice solid foundation, so it won't rock or crack anything like that. Just need to let it set up overnight before I do anything else. Okay, so I let this sit overnight, and I'm going to take my first step onto it, see how it feels. Solid, very cool. All right, next step, I'm going to put the drain on. Okay, so now we just have to finish putting the drain in, and we just put this gasket in here. Easier said than done. There's little ridges on the back. You can get a screwdriver in there. Alright, I'm going to push it all the way down. I'm just going to use the blunt end of a file to get it down in there. And we're going to put this thing in. And then this is a little key, a little wrench. And we put that in there. We can take a screwdriver. I was just going to say, be careful not to drop the key to this down in there. And I just dropped it down there. So I no longer have the key wrench to turn this thing. So I'm going to try to do it some other way, and then I'll probably come back with a magnet later to get the old key out. I'm going to try to do, see if this is wide enough. There we go. Just use a needle nose plier and turn it. Now that that's snug, just put this back on top and push it down. Good to go. All right, before going any further, I'm going to put down cardboard to protect the floor. Now, since I placed the shower base in a bed of mortar and it's nice and stiff now, I'm not sure if this next step is necessary, but the instructions say to take these clips, put them in between the studs and the shower base, and then screw off. I'm assuming to hold the pan in place. I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway, because what I do think it will do is stiffen this up, so that should provide more support for the walls as well. So I'm gonna put some on the studs, even though I have a mortar base. I'm gonna put a shim in and pre-drill it. I'm gonna put a pan head screw in, and then gently snug it down. Do the same thing here. And then take my razor. There we go. Nice and secure. Alright, so I'm going to try to bring in the shower wall, try to fit it in here, and that should just kind of slide in there, snap into these grooves at the bottom. We'll see how that goes. Alright, so that's snapped in place, and it's actually pretty stable. The instructions don't say to secure this until after these walls are up. Doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. It's got a good solid base. And now I'm going to put up this wall, and there's a little like hinge up here. The concept is you kind of hinge it down and it should snap in place. Again, I'm going to try to hinge it in here. Okay, easier said than done. Try this again. Got that in. We're going to make sure those feet are in. It's tricky. It's getting this in, getting that in the groove, and then getting those things in. So I'm going to try it again. So I was having a problem getting this lined up down there. I was really starting to worry there's something wrong with my walls. But what I'm finding out now is this is actually not in place all the way. So I need to pick it up and get it back into place. Now we should be good. Round two. I'm going to start up here and find the hinge. Much better. We're cooking with gas. So before I put the last panel on, this is kind of the tricky one, to actually cut a hole for my valve. It's a 4-inch hole. I gotta make sure I cut the hole in the right spot. So basically I'm gonna take a measurement from this edge to over here, and from the lip down here up, then transfer that to my panel and drill the hole, and cross your fingers you do it right. Okay, so now I need to drill the hole, and this is an important part to get the measurement just right. So I transferred my mark here, use a little tape for the marking, little painter's tape, and then to drill the hole I'm gonna use this 4.5-inch hole bit. These are pretty expensive if you're not gonna use them much, but to get a nice precise hole, I think it's the way to go. So I'm going to use a brand new hole saw that I'll probably never use again. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and take this stuff off the valve because the valve is going to make it tricky to get in here. I might even have to take the valve stem out and turn the water. I'm hoping I don't, but okay. Alright, so this side's not going in real easy either, and what I've figured out is up here where there's this formed in hinge in the piece, it's got some sloppy fiberglass buildup over it. So I'm just going to kind of try to clean it out from here. I wish I would have looked at it closer before I put it on the wall. It would have been much easier to clean out. I'm just going to try to clean that out, and then the hinge should be unobstructed and that should slide in. Alright, I cleaned out the hinge. Let's try this again. This one was a pain in the butt to put in. Didn't go in very smoothly. Had to do some adjustments. The little hinge up here was a little boogered up from some leftover fiberglass that was in the joint itself. And then I had a little bit of a bow in the actual shower base. So I had to try to pry that with the wall clips as best I could. And then I got it in there and it looks like it's sitting pretty good now. So we're gonna go with that. And now I just need to add some screws along the perimeter and it'll be nice and secure. Alright, so for the sidewall, there's these little divots that kind of mark where to go for screws. So I'm going to pre-drill it. Then I'm going to install a panhead screw. And then keep going all the way around. And then up top I'm putting a screw in every stud. And here I've got a little bit of a space. I'm going to use the shim first. Then I'm going to pre-drill. I'm going to use the panhead screw. Put one here and here. Then we have a secure shower. Okay, so that's it pretty much for the installation of this Sterling prefabricated shower. Again, it is just 4 pieces, the base and the 3 walls. So overall, pretty impressed with this shower. It wasn't necessarily as easy as I thought it would be, but a lot of that was because of preparation on my end. You know, if your walls are framed perfectly and everything's nice and level and plumb, this should go in pretty easily and straightforward. There were a few little hiccups with the panels themselves. There were some damages to the board, some that I think I made and some that may have been made during shipment. However, definitely not a deal breaker. Was able to work with it. Just had to tweak things a little bit more to get it to fit nice and neat. And I think we are sitting nice now. I'm glad I mortared in the shower pan. It is nice and solid now. So pretty impressed. And I think it is a great shower for this particular bathroom. It's allowed us to use the maximum space. If I would have went with something more over the counter, I would have lost 6 inches of space. I'll fit in here pretty well, and it will be a nice feel for this spare bedroom bathroom. And very impressed with it so far. Can't wait to test it out. Thanks for watching. You may be wondering what this tape is for here. These panels came with anchor blocks in the back, meaning there's pieces of wood behind here that provide some structure. So I'm going to install a handrail on one of these walls, and this just marks the locations of where the wood is so I know where I can mount that bar, just to give me an idea.